What's going on, my lords and ladies, and 1.3.0 update is upon us, an update that is packed with a lot of things that might interest you. I'm the Samurai, and in this video, I will be going through all the major additions that will bring value to the table to give you an idea of its size or scope just in case you want to go back to Relink. Additions like how to unlock Sandalphon and more. For existing players that are still playing the game and eagerly waiting for the update, we will be going through 5 things that you can do now while waiting for the update, so when it hits, you will have a solid footing or you will come prepared so things will flow smoothly. The 1.3.0 update will hit on May 31st, and mark your calendars now. First things first, let's talk about the major additions that the 1.3.0 update will bring to the table, and in my opinion, it is looking good so far. First on the list is Narmaya's UI, which will receive super helpful improvements where players can now see how many butterflies she has when in combat. Narmaya mains know the nightmare that we are going through whenever we try to monitor these butterflies, especially when in the middle of a chaotic fight. 70 to 80% of the general player base main on Narmaya, so this feature will surely be appreciated. Of course, like any other update, there will be bug fixes and balances as usual, and we need to wait for the update to know the details on this one. The next one on the list is different control schematics. I'm one of the players who are waiting for this update in which Cygames will release 3 different control schemes. Although we were expecting complete freedom when mapping these buttons, however, we only receive presets as of now. I'm a Souls guy, so I will give Type C a shot. Moving on to the next one, which is the latest sigil synthesis feature. To be honest, I'm pretty two-sided on this one, and I don't see the huge benefits of this feature. But before that, I will run through how it works quickly so you have an idea why I feel this way. First is, players can only combine legendary 5+ sigils only. Let's use the example they provided on the screen right now. They use Tyranny 5+ with a low profile and a Greater Aegis 5+ with a Potion Hoarder. And now the traits that will be carried over to the combined sigil will be random. In this case, the result was a sigil containing a low profile and a Potion Hoarder, losing Greater Aegis and Tyranny in the process. With that having said, let's face it, the only reason why we got excited about this feature is the thought of being able to get a good supplementary damage 5+ easily, which is not the case. To take this into perspective, for us to take advantage of this feature, you still need a lot of supplementary damage 5+, which is super hard already, and for you to have a possible chance to change the second trait of an existing supplementary damage 5+, especially if you have a lot of not good ones, you need to have a lot of supplementary damage 5+. Unless you have like 1,000 supplementary damage 5+ lying around, I don't think this feature is much of a help. But hey, my thoughts about this can change if they will let us combine character-specific sigils. At least we will be able to lessen the grind in that way, other than relying on Transmarvels. Moving on to the next one, which is a newly added sigils in the game. All of these sigils will add another supplementary damage on top of our existing ones, so if we can slot this in our builds, we will be seeing damage improvements. Although the added percentage is still questionable as of the moment, the main question is, can we slot this in our builds? Since our slots are so limited at the moment, we need more slots in my honest opinion, but let's see how the sigils will pan out. Adding another supplementary damage based on the user's health or attack stat and perfect dodges may sound OP, but it still need to be tested before I can say these are going to be good sigils. Next on the list are the new quests that we will be having on the table. There are a lot of quests and I am showing them on the screen right now, and to be honest, I'm pretty excited to know what will be the rewards because it is unlikely that they will give a lot of quests and not give new rewards that we can grind. Some players suspect that the new difficulty will be available for us as well, which is the impossible difficulty, and these quests may be under the said difficulty. However, whether it is going to be true or not, new rewards are expected at least. Please Cygames, don't put my excitement into trash. Next is the level 250 Lucilius, whom a lot of us already know that is coming on top of the new quest that we just talked about. Just take it as a prime Lucilius compared to the regular one with a handful of new attacks and mechanics. If you are interested in how the new attacks will be presented, I made a detailed breakdown of the level 250 Lucilius in this video. Check the card here or in the description. More the reasons why we should expect new rewards, possibly new weapons or sigils, since what is the point of releasing the most difficult content in the game if they will not provide good rewards, right? but we will see on May 31st and we can just hope as of now. Of course, the much awaited Sandalphon will enter the roster, and so far he is looking pretty interesting in the recent showcase. His flashiness excites me and he really looks OP on every aspect. It is confirmed that Sandy will have different movesets during his regular and Archangel form, and I myself can wait to main this guy, and we'll surely release a guide for him, so make sure you subscribe for more upcoming content. Unlocking Sandalphon is a different story though. Player needs to collect a new material called K9 White Blooms from the Final Vision and Zero Quest, or perhaps both Lucilius quests, and later on be exchanged to Zero for Sandalphon's special crewmate card. We already know that players will have access to photo mode and map overlays, which can help new players, so if you are into this, these are great additions, especially if you want to collect all of the wee pincers out there. Now that the new features and additions are out of the way, let's tackle 5 preparation tips that you can do now so that when the update hits, you are going to be prepared and enjoy the new content that will be available soon. The first one on the list is optimizing your main character builds. Of course, by now, it is expected that your main characters are fully built up, especially if we are going up against Prime Lucilius. By having your main character built, not only you will be helping other players in multiplayer sessions, but also solidifying yourself in the other upcoming quests. Having unnecessary stuff like a full set of Opus Sigils would be nice, or having an optimized build setup like what I used to recommend on my character builds will be super helpful. I have linked my character builds in the description if you want to know what an optimized builds look like. The second thing that you can do right now is optimize your AI characters as well. Building an AI character differs from your main, so I highly suggest checking my top AI characters and build video that I made recently to get you up to speed. Having the best AI setups will drastically help you progress in the upcoming quests, especially if you plan to fight Prime Lucilius alone. The third thing on the list is studying Lucilius. If you are new into the game and haven't had the chance to master this guy, now is the time to do so. I have made an easy to understand guide on beating this guy, and I will also link it in the description. The level 250 Lucilius has only a handful of gimmicks compared to the regular one, so if you are curious about how the new Lucilius will be presented, check my breakdown video as well. The fourth thing that you can do right now is pre-farming materials, especially if you would like to max Sandalphon fast. Although we do not have a definitive list of the exact materials that Sandalphon will require, I am betting that he will follow Sandalphon and Tweyen's progression. If you are a veteran Relink player, you know what to farm, such as Piedra materials, Nihila materials, and the like, and more. Moving on to the fifth tip, which is stacking up your Transmarver charges. If you're like me who needs to flush a lot of unwanted materials or sigils, now is the time to get rid of them and get decent amount of Transmarvels. The higher Transmarver charges you have, the higher the chances you can get the new sigils and even awakening sigils for Sandalphon. If you know the Reroll Trick, which I will also link in the description, hundreds of Transmarvels can speed up the process. I'm pretty excited about what 1.3.0 can offer to the table so far, and I believe that this is going to be a good update, especially since this is going to be our last update for Relink. So let's make it count. Let me know what are the things that you will be doing for yourself to prepare for the next update in the comments. Also, are you excited so far after seeing all the possible new content that will be presented soon? Hit me up in the comments, and thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.